Ready?
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, YouTube. As we take this time out to communicate with a different family, a different person, to share the experience of living with a child with disability. We're gonna learn a lot this evening because different people, different experiences. But the reality is, all of us have something to learn from each person's experience. And I can tell you this much: it's a difficult challenge, it's a difficult task. And so Marjorie, that's so called, has gone through 26 years of this challenge. She is 20 years ahead of me, and so she's more like a hero. She's more like a hero in this whole thing. And I must say, it is really a honor for me, somebody like you, more experience, and most of the females them can't really manage the whole situation of taking care of their children in this condition. And so, as I say, she is difficult to deal with as small as she is, so I can understand the difficulties and the struggles that you have to face.
And she get more trouble when she bigger now.
Exactly.
When she's smaller.
And with Amanda now being 26 and have more challenge to deal and being a single mom taking care of her, I understand that it's a serious challenge. And so I'm going to ask you to share now your part of this story, what you experienced, what you recognize to begin with, and stuff like that. So it's not for me and you only, because there are many people out there who don't know how to express what is happening, don't share what is happening, and don't know what is happening. And we can also prevent others from experiencing what is happening by just because I can tell you that is her condition and Emeritus' condition is a mishap of medical full practice, not the right practicing of medical condition.
Because she is like the nurse burst the head water, whichever one you want to call it, and she swallow it. At first she said I must watch the time, how fast the pain come on, how fast the pain come on. And when she came in the room, the head water already come down, but it never burst.
Okay.
So it blocked the way, so she was already stifling from inside because of lack of oxygen. Yeah. So if she never come at the time when she come, she would die. But the time when she come, she was already suffocating. So when she burst the birth water, she swallowed it. Because they pump out like two, when you go do blood test, the little bottle there, she get out about two out of her.
Two of that out of her stomach.
Don't know if everything come out, but she got two.
The truth is of the situation, oxygen, once the brain lost oxygen, that's what caused the damage.
Yeah.
With her case, she went down through the vaginal canal to give birth, but her mom was too weak to push her out. So they had was to do some emergency surgery to get her back the other direction. But by the time they do that, she was unconscious and she was not breathing. So henceforth, that's how she got her damage in her brain. So it's two similar things. It's just that hers is caused by liquid and hers is caused by suffocation.
And then now, by the time I don't know if she get frightened or what, because she was asking me a lot of questions if me ever have any dead baby. If my pressure go up, I'm not trouble with pressure, my pressure just fly up. Me ever have it because me think the child died.
Okay.
Because she asked me if me ever have any dead baby before, and I think she gets scared and pull the baby by her neck, because her neck.
Okay.
When she's smaller, when me hold her, she no use.
I don't think that is the case. It is called spasticity. It's a cause from the brain being damaged. But here's the thing: your child born in 1990s.
Yeah,
the medical knowledge was not that great for them to recognize everything. But her experienced similar thing. When she was younger, she would hold her head down like this, or it wouldn't be that strong. But going through therapy and a particular holding her particular way, she can't hold her head like this. Because there was a time when she just hold them like this, and you'd have to perk her up and
you used to have to hold both her neck and her back.
Alright, so if you look now, she hold up her head by herself. Because she has been going through therapy for probably about 1 year old.
She used to go therapy too, when she was younger. I think twice a week. We used to figure with she.
Alright, so you have been through this and you have that experience of she being 26 years now. and you know the journey and the struggles that she come through and with you.
Doctor said she wouldn't live past 4.
I love doctors, but
22
that
years. Above that now.
I love doctors,
Let me
but
not pay
doctors
them no
doctors
mind, because
can't
when me go to him say one asking me if it's me taking care of her, and I
Right.
said yes. He must say, really, ma'am? For sure, yeah. My
Right.
child.
Doctor say a lot of things about
So-
you, Marissa.
Mm.
I don't even go tell her
Sure.
some things with doctors say, but I love doctors, but doctors don't
At
really.
the end of the day, she maybe would die at 4 years if me never really care for her the way I did, but, you know.
It's reality. You gotta have plans for every child's life. And a lot of person may know that I say I got that, I would not got this and that. The truth is they're speaking from their knowledge.
Yeah.
But God don't see like man see. And we
Or
have to
maybe
just
if
trust
me
God and
didn't
believe.
give her up to maybe, because when me say give trouble, you know, you have to, you know.
To each person that is
And
watching.
everybody I hold them can deal with certain situations.
And if you have a child, like Tiny Marissa, she tried to tell us up now.
Okay.
What the most important thing about dealing with these children is love.
Yeah.
Love let them strive. Love is more important than the actual feed them get. And them love fun, them love excitement
Attention,
and
yeah, man.
attention. So if you're not giving them that, it's almost as if you're killing them slowly. And that's the reason why I respect you so much more to dedicate your life to she that she can become.
When me say give up
grow
everything,
past.
me mean give up everything. Because as you see, me just there here so every day. Every day in, day out.
So if you go out,
The only
somebody
time me
stay
we
with
go
her.
out, like when we go supermarket or if me go pay me internet bill or something, no, me leave her in here.
She alone
Yes.
stay.
Just have the TV or tablet or something. She not, that's why I say I don't put up a step, because I don't want her to step out. 'Cause she's scared if we go out now like that. But I guess if me fix a step or even the board something, so she not gonna go outside. She just run in here to round here. But me not really stay long. Me just go do my thing and come back. Because only me, she, and my son, and him work out. Him work a bike. He get one day off.
Alright, so here's what I will have to do eventually. Because we might have to cut out some of this video. Might have to schedule
Too long.
and not necessarily too long, but there's a lot of disturbance.
Okay.
But what I would have to do is set up a control here where we can do a more professional recording. So that, because what you're sharing is very important and vital to the medical fraternity and even pregnant mom who are planning to go have a child. There's a lot of information that we are giving that they probably not even privy to, not even thinking about. Because even with the Marissa, if I was aware of all of these things before, then she probably wouldn't have this condition now. And so knowing what needs to know before you go into have a child is important, and also going to put a features like that into the channel, what you can be prepared for as a pregnant mom going to give birth. Because a lot of these, many of these doctors and these practitioners, sometimes they don't really have things down to a T where they know exactly what to do. Because there was a situation when I listened to everything that happened when her mom told me what happened, I realized it's because of negligence.
Yeah.
Why
Most of the
she's in
time.
the condition.
Most
So
of the
if you now can put these doctors and these nurses and them P's and Q's, then we think twice before them just neglectfully going to give birth as if it is a casual thing. And so therefore we have to change the trajectory of life and how the hospital deal with things.
In every job, you know, you have people who are dedicated and you have people who just want the money.
Yeah, and just casual.
So
and the
it
things.
don't really matter. They just do it. And me feel like some job where you cannot go there with ignorance. You have to be patient and something with you. So you have some nurse them when you go in to have a baby, them just leave you all by yourself.
And then-
I first you have
and then
picnic.
neglectful.
Or you know, they
And
not
then-
even want you to cry with so much pain.
Alright.
Sometimes I
Then
wonder
the
if them have
truth is-
kids themselves.
It's the compassion that we're lacking, and it is not even. It's not just hospital alone. You're lacking compassion in church. You're lacking compassion in hospital, in the health sector. So in families, in relationships, that's the whole part about it. And so therefore, going forward, one thing we're trying to do is prevent things like these that can be prevented from happening. Because when I talk to persons, 100% of the times is because of negligence, medical negligence. That cause, because I've spoken to persons before now, and everybody that I talk to. When I listen to the story, is that them give them some medication that wasn't right for their system, or them the birth process wasn't carefully thought out, Because in her case, them say what them did to get her out, they said that it couldn't be done before the birth process started. But when they run into difficulties, they have to
find
deal.
the way- yeah,
they have to
find
do what they have
ways,
to do in the
yeah.
first place. And so therefore, there's a lot of things we can learn from these situations and these circumstances. But the greatest thing to take away from these circumstances is that when we get them, it's not like we ask for them, but it allows you now to develop a mindset and a heart condition to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I think that is the blessing and the beauty that comes with it. It makes you into a different person, makes your brain work better, and it makes you more kind and more. Because when you go on the road, having a child like her and she, it now stimulates some different in you if you have care for people on the street and for another person, because you know what life can be like in the lowest moment, and so it develops something in you that speaks to love and compassion, and you can pass it on to other person. So I would encourage persons that are experiencing similar condition and similar circumstances to share your story so that others can live, because you presently have the situation, so you have to just live with the situation and make